Maturity of Denny Hamlin. At 44 years old, many drivers get stuck in their ways. I do it like this. I won 60 races. Why do I need to change? He felt like he couldn't win this race doing it the way he was doing it. He spent a ton of time studying, understanding what other drivers were doing, and then he went in the simulator and just drove the car like that, taught himself how to drive the car, and then Steve, he had also the wisdom to say, okay, our setup's not going to work. If I'm going to drive the car this differently, we're going to have a different setup. And then his team got brought in to build this setup to his new driving style.
And in any sport, when you have an athlete who has just remarkable gifted abilities, and then they match those abilities with a very cerebral approach, it becomes like the dynamic duo, right? It is nearly impossible to beat. And that's what I really give this Denny Hamlin resurgence at 44 years old with all of these wins, is he's finding a new way to tackle these racetracks.
There are a lot of people that are close to Hamlin who say that they are seeing a different Denny Hamlin. So could this be his day? Or what about his younger teammate and his new teammate coming to the end of his first season, Dave Burns, with JGR? Tell us more about Chase Briscoe.
And Lee, we saw that at the beginning of the race, the first three championship contenders were up 1, 2, 3 at the start. But Chase Briscoe's back in 12th. When I talked to James Small, his crew chief, this morning, he says, that really doesn't bother me because 4 years ago with Martin Truex Jr., we started 12th. By the end of the first stage, we had won the first stage. So we've only made up 2 since the start of the race, but they're not concerned. So far, no concern from the driver over the radio.
Again, Briscoe from 12th up to 10th. Yeah! 2 positions made in these opening 11 laps here at Phoenix Raceway on Championship Day. Going about it methodically, as we see the most successful number in NASCAR Cup Series history, the 11, driven by Denny Hamlin for all 60 of his wins since the end of 2005. Hall of Famer Ned Jarrett, our own DJ's father, won 2 Cup Series championships in it. Hall of Famer Cale Yarborough, 3 straight Cup Series championships. And Hall of Famer DW Darrell Waltrip dominated in the early 80s.
Yeah!
What's better than a great touchdown? 5 great touchdowns.
Jamar Charles was cooking. Cooking.
Man, see, those are grown man touchdowns right there.
What is that supposed to mean? Grown man touchdowns. Tell me what it means, weird beard. You look like you about to give out the Gettysburg Address. You got a log cabin? With that stovepipe hat? What's the spread, Brian? Is it 4 scores?
New customers bet $5 to get $300 if your bet wins. Pay instantly in bonus bets. The crown is yours.
Dinner time is going to be easy tonight. Wings to go for game time.
They say patience is a virtue. I say game's on in 15 minutes.
Which is why we got to go. It's to go time. I'm gonna start the car.
Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
Ever wonder how NASCAR Cup Series playoffs work? Outlast the pack, finish first among the championship 4, and you're doing donuts in victory lane. Now you're up to speed. You in?
The mix of salty sea air and burnt rubber. The big skies, high banks, and grandstands. The rumble in your chest. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. Honoring history and making it. At the biggest race of the year on the biggest stage of a lifetime. That's what we love about the Daytona 500. You gotta see it to believe it. Secure your experience now at Daytona500.com.
Championship weekend here in the NASCAR Cup Series at Phoenix Raceway. And Let's go through the championship four and some important numbers. And leading the wins list, Denny Hamlin wins 6. How about that? Look at Larson. How about Chase Briscoe, the qualifying king of this season? And William Byron, with those laps led, leads all of the drivers. Tell us more, Kim Coon.
Yeah, William currently running sadly in the second position, consistently the fastest on the racetrack. Here with some early observations from the team to William on the radio.
Martin up a lead, 1 2, trying to get past the 2. Not really getting some area yet, but some guys trying it.
And they followed that up with "You're doing great." Think long run here with long run. William checked in with the team. They said right now he is just managing his stuff.
The Exalter on board takes us for a ride with William Byron.
I do like to look at this 24 car. What he's able to do, put the left side tires right on the yellow line. Really not having to use a lot of racetrack. He's been a little bit faster than Hamlin the last few laps. Looks very smooth. Look at the steering wheel. Look how little movement there is in the steering wheel. No movement back to the right. Just a tiny bit right there as he crosses over the seam. So everything's pretty calm right now. Let's go to Briscoe. Briscoe's running back in 10th place. About 2.5 tenths a second off. Let's look at his steering wheel. Oh boy. How much more movement he's got? Back in his car. Car doesn't turn very well in the middle. Wants it to rotate a little better, but he doesn't have the rear grip he's looking for either. He gets in the corner, turns. See, he's always checking that turn back to the right. That's checking the rear grip. Back of the car is not in the racetrack. So you can see why the 24 is faster than the 19.
Made up those early positions, 2 early positions, but he's parked at 10th at the moment. Chase Briscoe, while the other championship 3 are in the top 4 positions. Remember, you don't have to win this race to win the title if you're part of the championship 4. You just got to be the highest finishing car out of the 4.
Ryan Blaney in the 12 passing the 21 of Josh Berry, 2 drivers that were fortunate to make the playoffs this year. Blaney went deep into the playoffs. Berry had a little bit of struggle in the first round. Coming here this weekend, when we just looked at handicapping the overall speed, everybody kind of had the 12 circuit. He was so good at New Hampshire. It's a very similar style of racing, very similar, setup and tire combination. It'll be interesting to see as the day goes on how Blaney chooses to race those championship 4, because it's delicate, Diff. He's not going to just pull over and get out of the way, but you also probably have to use a little bit more caution than normally. You don't want to be part of the story and eliminate somebody's championship opportunity with a mistake.
Here's Kyle Busch as we look from the Xfinity mobile of Tyler Reddick up ahead of Kyle Busch, multi-time winner here in Phoenix, 2-time Cup Series champion. It's been a rough year. He'd love to end on a high here in Phoenix and head into the off-season with some positivity.
See right now, only 24 laps, 25 laps into this race. Still 36 to go in this stage. These tires, you can see the rubber on the racetrack. You can see it flying off the race cars every now and then. The longest anybody went in practice yesterday was 30 laps. Look at that on the camera. These tires were designed and built to lose a lot of speed. As the run goes on, the drivers have been asking for it. Goodyear delivered. There is a ton of tire fall off. And I think right now drivers are having to manage that. And everybody is learning what my car will do on a long run and what it won't do.
Well, they learn in practice, that's for sure. There were 4 issues in the first 10 minutes in practice. And they were playing around, Stevie, with tire pressure and camber. Yeah, they learned the hard way.
Yeah, and I would say even though